Hello, friends. We're back again. Welcome to Fightful. It is March 5th, 2025, and it's time for your TNA Thursday Night Impact Live post show. I have to add the live because this time the show was live. So here I am at the live ending time of 11 p.m. Eastern to talk about TNA, but I'm not alone this week. Not only did I bring the one, the only, my rest friend, Cresta Starr, but I also brought the masked man himself. He's back. Is it AJ Styles?
Me.
Oh, it's Sean.
It's me.
He's here.
It's me. Myself and Dragon Lee have something in common. We were both unmasked in Indianapolis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did the Shaza spot, and I pulled off my own mask, and nobody reacted.
A few more people. I think there were a few more people at Dragon Lee's unmasking.
Yeah, a couple more. It was a good house. It's just it was 6 hours into a show when I did it. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about here. I had what was supposed to be the first interview with Steph De Lander, but when I said 7:30, she thought I meant tonight instead of last night, and she did the TMZ interview, which I want to say Bronson was such a sweetheart about. He's like, I didn't know I took that from you. I was like, dude, it's okay. It's a part of it. But he's an absolute gentleman. I actually love the people that do TMZ wrestling. CJ, Lana, good friend, who I want to point out, predicted Randy Orton to win the Elimination Chamber in January in a text message to me. I was shocked by that. But I talked to Steph, talked to Mance. Yeah, boys at FightfulSelect.com broke the news on Wednesday that they were leaving TNA. Now, Steph has cleared this up and said, by the way, not just that, we got asked for my release, got it the next day. The contract would have went until like June or something like that if she had kept it up. Now, TNA loves to do the re-signing graphics and all that, but she gave us a lot of clarity on her deal. She was on a paid per appearance deal. Like if she didn't get used, she didn't get paid. So this is something that a lot of wrestlers have run into in TNA. You saw AC Romero and Larry D a few years ago. They weren't getting booked at all, and they just wanted out of their deals. I can't believe, first off, if you are a wrestler, stop agreeing to an exclusive paid per appearance deal that does not have a minimum guaranteed amount. If they can't offer you a minimum guarantee, whether they use you or not, you get $1,000 a month. Nobody should be signing a wrestling contract for less than $1,000, $2,000 a month for multiple dates at all, period. But that's neither here nor there. She mentioned they wanted to use us next week. We were going to get 2 dates. That's good payday for us. Then they said, well, you're getting 1 now, and you had to change that. You can't get an indie booking on that short of notice, anything like that. But she wasn't upset that, they didn't pay for surgeries or anything like that. She wanted some help getting back in the ring, some physical therapy, something like that, maybe a trainer on staff. She told me that she had to basically beg WWE to help her, and they did. Like they ended up helping her more than what she said TNA did, and TNA would not agree to let her wrestle. They let her know on Monday that she wasn't going to be wrestling again, and they're like, well, with your injury, and she goes, well, what do you mean with my injury? What do you even really know about my injury? Because you all didn't see me about it. You all didn't pay for the surgery and or the rehab or anything like that. And in her way, she says that it was just, they didn't have a lot of the information they should have. And she did say, because I asked her, I was like, do you think, that they're probably more conservative about this because of the Chris Bay injury, and naturally they don't want something like that to happen again? And she said, yeah, absolutely. And she said Chris Bay was an incredible help to her throughout the process as well. Sent her his iron neck device to help train and get ready for the ring. But she said she's cleared. She's immediately looking for bookings. Kind of wild. We discussed this. She has only wrestled in Australia, America, and Malaysia. She has never wrestled in Canada, Mexico, the UK, Japan, anything like that. She's only managed there. So she's looking to do that. Has never teamed with Mance Warner. We also mentioned how everybody she touches on this goddamn show just disappears from TNA, from Matt Cardona to PCO to Mance Warner. But TNA wanted to keep Mance Warner. Mance was like, nope. And I did talk to Mance briefly afterwards. He seemed in really good spirits. He's getting 1 million bookings. He is going to be completely fine there. But we have the full interview up now on Fightful's YouTube. Lots of stuff there. And somebody's in the chat is asking about where's Ricky Sosa. He's there to make appearances. It's effectively a tryout. Myself and Corey Brennan have reported he'll be there, or he was there, but not signed as of yet. But a couple interesting names backstage, just visiting: Jordan Grace and Jonathan Gresham. And listen, I know that there's probably some concerns after Jonathan Gresham had his stroke, but he seems recovered. I think that man is the easiest person to book in the world. He is a fire hydrant that can fight back. You can't do anything to him. You look at him and you say, oh, look at that little fella. And then you can't stop anything that he's doing. You can't stop him at all. Easiest person in the world to book. But yeah, lots of stuff on FightfulSelect.com. We've got the Debunkathon Friday. WrestleVotes had a lot of stuff today about Tom Brady, a.k.a. T-Bone, apparently. T-Bone, yeah, exactly. WrestleMania women's matches, Saturday night's main event. We've had like 15 stories this week. In between the thousands of Dragon Lee tweets, we've actually got some work done.
You just threw me right off. Ricky Sosa did work a dark match tonight, or at least a match that may have been taped for Explosion. So yes, he was on the show for the live crowd. Whether or not that will be airing on Explosion, we'll find out. And I'm sure that I have an inkling, and this is not a report, this is an inkling. Trey Miguel kind of hinted at having the theme song in his head, and it feels like maybe those two are possibly on a collision course if all goes well, which I would personally be a big fan of. So we'll see about that. And also Lillian Garcia was shown at ringside tonight as well.
Love that.
There's another little WWE integration for tonight's episode of Impact, plus all the other Honey Boo Boo extended universe people.
Hardy Boys also confirmed for WWE 2K26. Yes. So I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer for them as well. Like, you want to do that. I cannot appropriately underscore, guys, what kind of draws the Hardy Boys are for TNA. I was telling Joel off the air, like my friend that went there tonight just to see the Hardy Boys. She went to a show solo on a Thursday night and is standing in line at 11 p.m. Eastern for this. So, I mean, they're doing their thing. They're doing an incredible job. But yeah, and also as things stand, I mean, even I guess if I do come home, I think old Joel Pearl might be doing the WrestleMania show. And you know what? Maybe this girl should probably join him for the post WrestleMania show.
My God, reunited.
Could you imagine?
And it feels so good.
I didn't go that far, but it would be nice.
I mean, we could ask Jeremy for chaos.
Yes. I mean, listen, Jeremy can always pop in. I'm good with anybody popping in. Of course, I will be stopping by, of course, WrestleMania on the post show. I might actually be in Vegas. I ain't going to Mania, but I'll be in Vegas. Got some other bookings I might have. But while I'm here, Circa Mania, my friend Naomi Rosenblum announced her art show Wednesday night. Chris Van Vliet will be there Thursday. Denise Friday. I'm there all week long covering the events. But thank you guys for having me.
Guys, if you are going to Mania week and you need a place to stay, go to Circa. I can vouch for it. It is a fantastic hotel. Also, for the Canadians who are still looking for a place to stay, they're actually doing stuff on par with the Canadian dollar right now. So they're committed to that. So whatever you spend Canadian-wise, you're getting the same deal at Circa. So putting that over because, listen, not everyone has the money, but you can get a little bit further.
Somebody asked if Shotzi versus SRS Mania week. No, but she is doing Denise's show, and I might crash Denise's show. Also, I've got to go do a meeting in Vegas March 16th, and I'm staying at Circa that night to go, go explore and so forth. But thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean goes to Vegas. I do his post shows because I am also doing the Raw post show for that night as well. That one he just mentioned.
To be fair, I looked for the memes, just for jokes, teehees. I looked at the prices for a hotel and a flight, plus a WWE ticket. And you know what it told me? To shut the fuck up and stay home and watch WrestleMania with Joel Pearl.
Oh my God, that sounds so much fun. I hope it didn't dox me. Are you coming to my house?
I mean,
Well,
listen, if I go to Canada, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back, pal.
my April's just getting weirder and weirder because now I'm doing this, and then I'm going to Dynasty. I'm going to be in Vancouver the week before to cover Dynasty for AW because I want to put spotlights on Canadian wrestling and AW coming to Vancouver. I haven't been to Vancouver in about longer than that, since 2012. So it's been a while since I've been to Vancouver. So I decided I'll go and I will spend what is about 72 hours on the West Coast. And mystery wrestling is always very good to me. So I'll be there to talk to a lot of the talent there. And of course, cover AW Dynasty. And then the next week is Mania. So it'll be hit the ground running once I get back to Toronto to cover Mania week. And of course, do the post show. And if I'm doing it with you, Cresta, it'll be 100 times easier and we'll have a good time.
Outside of TNA, let me just ask you, are you excited about WrestleMania?
No, but also I'm excited to do the shows where we talk about what we watch because those are a little more fun. Ryan Lambert's saying we should send you to Mexico to cover lucha shows. Right now, Cresta's the only person at Fightful who's actually allowed to go to lucha shows. So we'll see you there.
Don't get it twisted. When I saw my few episodes of Lucha Underground, and then I saw like these, I forgot what they're called, but they're like ladies in the traditional Mexican dress and just beat the hell out of each other. Gracias. I'm sports entertained. Okay. I'm going to learn Spanish. All right. How do you say sports entertained in Spanish? Somebody type that in chat. How do you say sports entertained in Spanish? Because I'll do it. I love wrestling. Okay. I love wrestling.
It's going to be like the Stephanie McMahon meme of ordering at a Mexican girl and telling the waiter, gracias.
I would like a hamburguesa con queso. Gracias.
Oh God. Anyway, it's late, so clearly this show is going to be a lot of fun. But here we are. It is your TNA Impact Live post show. Cresta and I are back together, which I'm excited for. I will fully admit I do enjoy doing a solo post show because I just get to talk it out. I do miss doing these with you, Cresta, because I don't get to yuck as much. I do it with the chat, but when I get to do it with you, it's a little more special because, we've been doing this for so long. So it's been weird not having you here. And I don't even know if I'm doing the Rebellion post show because, again, I'll be in Vancouver. So I don't know if I'll be watching it, covering it, or focused on what's going on over there. So we'll see. But regardless, here we are. Impact was live tonight. If you haven't already, leave a thumbs up on the video. I'm going to do the bit from In the Weeds where the fireworks go off and you leave a thumbs up and everyone says, yay-ha. And then you can also subscribe to the channel. I've got an interview that went up with Gabby Forza. There's another one that will soon be dropping with Billy Starks over on our sister channel, Fightful Overbooked, where I host In the Weeds with Jeremy Lambert. You can check out this weekend. I'm dropping an interview with Drea Mitchell, who's an incredible talent coming out of Montreal. She was a part of the C4 wrestling event and a part of Bailey's Lodestone seminar camp as well. So we're going to talk about that. That interview is going to drop, I believe it's Sunday, but regardless, you can go check that out when it does drop. And of course, leave a super chat, any amount, get your question or statement read on the air, or go over to humperchats.com. And Cresta, please, for the first time in a long time, do the thing.
If you would like to get your Humper Chat read on air, you're going to head over to humperchats.com. We get to keep a little bit more of the proceeds. So whether you want to leave a 6-7 or a 76 or whatever number gets your vocal stem going, you head on over to humperchats.com. Remember, humperchats.com.
Ding. We've already talked about the whole Steph De Lander and Mance Warner quitting TNA. Check out the interview that Sean did. Check out the one with TMZ. They're both very informative. Says a lot about this. Listen, I'm as a guy who covers TNA, I'm really bummed out that both Steph and Mance quit. I think it was the right choice for them. Clearly things were not working. They were not getting what they needed or what they wanted from TNA. But I love Steph as a performer and Mance as a performer. They weren't really focused much upon the AMC debut up until recently, where they did a reintroduction promo, and then Mance had the random match against Action Mike Jackson at No Surrender, and then they moved that into the AJ Francis match, which was a lot of fun last week. I thought it was great. But for Steph and Mance, it looks like they were just, Steph wanted more, and Mance said, I'm going to stand by my partner, which is very admirable, and they're both going to do great. But again, for if you're a TNA fan, it does kind of suck to lose those two. But your thoughts when you heard the news about Steph De Lander and Mance Warner leaving TNA?
I was also bummed. However, I try to look at the positive in things. We live in a wrestling ecosystem where you can afford to quit TNA and go here or go there or go here. You know what I mean? So on the one hand, it does suck because selfishly, like a TNA fan, I am sports disgusted by Mance Warner because his type of style of wrestling is disgusted. But that doesn't, just because I personally don't like it, doesn't mean that he's not a good wrestler. I do like Steph De Lander's promos because to me, she's just the worst compliment. So it does suck. But however, these guys are really good at what they do. I think you'd be foolish if you are AEW to not want to get these guys at least for Ring of Honor. There's definitely a House of Glory sitting there, a GCW somewhere from whence you came, if I'm not mistaken, Mance Warner. So I think it's possible for them to be okay. It just sucks the circumstances that, hey, I just wish you guys took care of me medically a little bit more.
I fully agree. The pregnant pause is worth it. They should have taken care of her better. And I think one of the more heartbreaking moments was when asked about the BioFlex partnership, and Steph said, I asked about getting some of this BioFlex stuff, some of the recovery stuff that we have, and I was told that it had all been given to other wrestlers. Your partner doesn't have any product to give as part of this whole thing. Really? It's a bad look, man, on everybody. Shouldn't have done it. But anyway, speaking of bad looks, tonight's Impact Live is once again another episode in which I say TNA cannot do live programming to save their lives. Cresta, this show made me actually wish I had gotten food poisoning again. There were moments, just like the last one, where I was like, oh, this is cool. But there were a lot more moments where I was like, oh, this is poorly paced and things didn't fit and the storytelling is weak. And it just could have been better for the stuff that when I get to do the solo, and maybe this is why I'm happy that when I do the solo shows, 9 out of 10 times, I'm like, there's some really good stuff on this show. It's been a good run, blah, blah, blah. And then we get to a live show and it's like they hit a brick wall and things just don't work.
So I'm bad luck?
No, that's if I could get you on the Canadian feed to watch the show an hour earlier, you bet my ass would be giving that to you and be like, let's go live at 10 Eastern and we can do this together. But instead, unless you figure out a way, we're just where we are.
Nobody want to see us together.
You went to Fridays anyway. What do you care?
I mean, I won't lie. There is a certain charm that TNA has. And when I explain it to other people, it's like I watch WWE for sports entertainment, AEW for professional wrestling, TNA for carny bullshit, derogatory and complimentary. And sometimes when it's right now, we're in the throes. We're in a proctologist's office right now.
We're getting it hard. Ryan Lambert sent a super chat saying that certainly was a show. Boy, howdy was it. When you have to, okay, we'll get to it. But when the end of the show includes a recap package of all the finishes of the matches and your commentary team reacting to the news that we'll get to, and it just makes no sense equally, you just kind of look at yourself, shake your head and say, what, who missed the cues? And then the audio issues with, of course, death taxes and TNA audio issues, they are undefeated. It's like they look at whoever is running truck and whoever's doing audio, they know where the bodies are buried, Cresta. That's the only excuse that I have at this point, because this has been an ongoing issue for a decade plus. You and I have been doing this show in some form or fashion for almost 4 years. And there's always been some sort of live audio issue that snake bites the production. What happened?
I don't know, Mr. Pearl. I'm not going to hold you. Because, if we start at the top of your statement, when they did the recap at the end, what was the point of saying you're doing a replay just to give away the finishes? Well, number one. Number two, so many people, including your champion, Michael Santana, did not get an entrance, at least on live. So womp womp. And if Mike Santana didn't get an entrance, the King's court thing, the King's speech didn't get an entrance.
Yep. All 4 entrants in the tag, not the tag title match, did not get an entrance. Yeah.
So like that's number 1. And number 2, it's like number 4, 5, 6, Kumsi, I don't know. The audio issues. I want to believe that if you guys are at Full Sail, that they have it down to a science. So you too should be able to say not verbatim, even though you're already giving credit, boys. Shout out to Grapsody. I don't understand, because the audio was exceptionally bad tonight. Respectfully. I didn't hear a lot of Gia's segments. People's mics were going out. That Elijah thing, his mic went. Man, what are we doing? Don't you got Fed money? Like, I don't want to say what I was about to say.
Well, I don't think they got Fed money. And the other way around. Anyway, the show opens up. The show in Honey Boo Boo family at ringside, and that comes in later to the show. And I was not surprised. Mama,
I was free. You could have. I would have flew out. I was free. Honey Boo Boo. All right.
I think it's because TLC is another part of their company, and they're doing a show. So they had to promote the show, and
nobody else was. You know what? I'm not in marketing.
They did this last time too, though. You got to remember, they did this with the last episode where Ryan Nemeth got punked out by Windwalker, whatever it was. The other show that they're really proud of on AMC. He got knocked out by one of the cast members. So like, this is part of their live show plan, is that they're going to use someone in the AMC family. They're going to do a spot, and the dork of the week is going to get knocked out or pushed over or whatever. Wasn't good, but
I guess, but isn't the point of a cameo to help someone build up someone else's reputation? Even if it's a good show, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, listen, the Mama June Honey Boo Boo family cinematic universe is basically a giant joke to begin with. So what's the difference?
It was like 10 years ago, though. Like, that was literally 10 years ago.
Everything old is new again. That's just what we get.
Oh, you know what? It is the WWE playbook, because I remember when they did the Nigerian drum match like 2 or 3 years after Black Panther came out. You're right.
That's right. Never forget that match. Never forget. Apollo Crews will be on SmackDown tomorrow night somewhere. Don't ask me where, but he'll be there. They did a lot of what they took from the first live show on AMC, and they tried to reinstate some of it, which they really shouldn't have. They should have learned. They got smart to at least open up with a match. They opened up with the Knockouts title match. Although this match, Cresta Starr, I'm going to put it very, very lightly and very bluntly, was dog shit. People know I am unapologetically a fan of Jody Threat. Not only because she's Canadian, not only because she's a fantastic wrestler and trainer, but she's also she's come a very long way in TNA from so many spots. Tessa Blanchard shows up with her diamond mine to do commentary.
Not the diamond mine.
Brother, I don't know what they're called. I don't give a shit. Tessa admits that they beat up Jody Threat last week backstage, which is like the most obvious whodunit ever. It's like, yeah, we did it. Carlos Silva is so happy to see the heel stable show up at ringside. He smiles and like piles around with them. I'm like, what are you doing? You should not be happy. They tried to take out one of the competitors in this match that led to the match and the way it played out. Why are you happy? What are you doing? And then Arianna attacks Jody during the formal entrance. And then the match doesn't even matter, because at that point, Danny Luna appears at ringside. Indy Hartwell appears at ringside. Langley and Zaya Brookside are on the ramp. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, why did I open my mouth last week? Cresta, I don't know if you still watch what I talk about on the post shows. I appreciate that you do push people sometimes to come and watch. But I pointed out last week, I said, the Knockouts division is in a great spot right now in that they have so many challengers and a dog shit champion. And here they are all at once coming out to look at what's going on. And Arianna Grace is going to somehow luck her way out of most of these matches until she gets to the one that she just can't get away from for one reason or another. And it started tonight with Jody Threat in what was the most dog shit finish. Grace goes to get the Cobra. They do a tug of war spot. Jody throws it aside and says, "Ow, my ribs," from tossing a piece of a sock aside. And then Arianna Grace kicks her in the side in the ribs, rolls her up, and gets the pinfall victory. What are we doing here? This is the Knockouts division that used to be known for the best women's wrestling in North America. And you've got every single woman who appeared at ringside. And I will even admit, I will add Tessa to that list because I think that as a wrestler, she is very good. I don't think she's as good as this run, but regardless, a long time. And Arianna Grace is your champion because you want the heat. But everyone else is so many leaps and bounds ahead. Even Indy Hartwell, leaps and bounds ahead of this champion. And this is how you open up this live episode. And this is the finish you think is going to work because you think, oh, it's great heat for Arianna Grace. Bro, they already don't want to see her. What are we doing? Sorry, I'm completely just running over your opportunities. Go ahead, please talk to me.
I mean, I try to be positive, but a lot of what you said is very true. I also never want to hear that Tony Khan is a dork ever again because I don't know what Carlos Silva is doing. Do you want to be an on-screen character? Do you not? You look silly. Respectfully, you look silly. Whatever you're doing, it looks silly. It looks fugazi, as they used to say in New York back in the day. The Arianna Grace thing could work, but not like this. Oh, brother, not like this. Once I saw, for no reason, Tessa Blanchard came out, I'm like, yo, cue the Cody Roses overbooked music. And it just got worse because more people kept appearing. And, yo, I hate to sound like Joe Pearl here, but Daniel Spencer, I know you saw Stacks grab Jody Threat's foot. I saw you saw him. I saw him. Come on. Like, I saw you saw him. And you do like this, and the crowd was like, no, kick him out. I get it. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the story, whatever it is. I agree with you 4,000% that it is absolutely frustrating to have, again, I could get jiggy with a chicken shit champion, but it's not even being booked right. It's overbooked poorly, ? You know what I mean? And it's like, you have literally Danny Luna in your division. What are we doing? This is coming from the division of Jordan Grace's, Deonna Purrazzo's, Gail Kim's, even ODB's, which tonight that segment was yikes. I don't know. But she looks great. She looks great. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
I love wrestling. That's my answer. I love wrestling.
There were so many opportunities to do so many things. And this is the opportunity that they took on their live show to do that finish. I'm not advocating for Jody to win the title. I'm not, because again, I think that moment comes a little later. I think that moment comes at a bigger spot if they really wanted to with her.
I think what TNA needs is like a musical theater showrunner, because there is a through line and a pacing issue. And something like this, there's a lot of good details. You've got people who play chess, and this is a problem all throughout TNA. You got chess pieces on a mousetrap board.
So this is something that I talked about before we went to AMC. I said, you need to work on your creative and you need to get a showrunner and a Bible holder. And for those who don't know what a production Bible is my own light goes off here. Good for me. A showrunner is someone who's in charge of the whole production. A Bible, someone who's holding the Bible, is the person who has all of the notes, all of the reasons for characters' development, all of the character information. Someone who knows everything, the ins and outs of not only the characters, but also just the way the show looks, the way it's produced, the way it's set up. Someone has that's why it's called a Bible, because they have all the information. They don't have that. They seemingly don't have that, or at least whoever's in charge of that is not in charge enough. And as a result, we get a lot of what we get in terms of the way things are shot or the way that characters move or don't move. And maybe it's because you don't have people on retainer. Maybe it's because you don't have people on legitimate contracts that include, being there all the time. I don't know. But there needs to be some sort of work done. And again, you need different voices in that creative department. You do. You need different voices. People who are going to advocate not only for the knockouts, people who are going to not advocate for for new people coming in, people who are going to scout the indies and put up for them. This is why, again, for people who shit on guys like AJ Francis, I say don't, because he's the guy who's bringing in a lot of the new guys. He's the one who's targeting the streamers and saying, hey, we should be working with them, not pushing them away. We should be inviting them to the shows. We should be inviting them to get content. We should be inviting them to be our friends effectively. He's bringing in the BDEs. He and Sami Callihan, I know I give Sami shit sometimes, but like Sami's Wrestling Revolver is effectively a feeder system for TNA. There is opportunity there. And going back to the whole, like, Jody doesn't need to win the title right now. Again, Jody's a very well-known wrestler who's got experience and has done a lot and now trains. You can run someone through a damn match. She's good at that. But for some reason, this is what they had to do.
It's disheartening because, like, I think the overall issue is that we know how good the Knockouts division has, and could be. So it's just disheartening. And I will say this too. I think that there is a showrunner, but that showrunner probably has on too many hats. Too many hats with set dressing, audio, like the storyline. Like, either that person has on too many hats, or the people, the team you have doing it does not communicate with each other, because the pacing issue is an issue even when it's pre-recorded. You know what I mean? So people aren't speaking to each other, and it could be cohesive, but again, diverse voices. Not everything has to be swerve for the sake of the swerve and yuck, and pull yourself out of it. Like, don't be, well, we have to keep it wrestling. It's okay for it to not work. You see, I got black hair now. Come on now. It's okay to change.
That's right. Do something different. It looks good. You also look, you look great. You do.
I have to go see my grandma this weekend, so I have to be as normal as possible.
The bow is you. I like the glasses. They're different.
I forgot I'm going out to a birthday party with my grandma on Saturday, and I can't do the Collision show.
Well, that sounds like a problem for you and Rick.
Iridian.
Oh,
Iridian and SP3. Yeah.
I mean, listen, maybe let SP3 get some damn sleep.
SP3, hire SP3.
I mean, I don't think that's going to help. He's in another part of the world, so.
Support SP3 Talk. True.
Anyway, Collision should be a good show. It's live this week, so usually those are pretty damn good shows. So we'll see who does the Collision show. Maybe it will be SP3. Yeah, it'll be you. Gia Miller's backstage with the Nemeths. I'd love to tell you what she said, but I can't because the audio sucks. So let's just move on to the Elegance. Ash is unavailable due to a mental health reason, and she's not a mark. I was thinking to myself, where is Ash this weekend? Is she working another show? Maybe Juggalo Championship Wrestling or Qatar or somewhere in Australia. I don't know. I didn't pay attention, but she wasn't on the show for whatever reason. So Heather and M down talk Mickie James because apparently we're going to the Ash by Elegance versus Mickie James route, which totally fine with. Hoping, this gets Ash closer to going after the Knockouts title. Those are two other women who wanted a shot at the Knockouts title and deserve it because Mickie never got to defend hers on her last rodeo for the last time. And then Ash did not get to defend hers. She had to give it up because she was medically disqualified from wrestling, and now she's back. There are reasons. So either way, they down talk Mickie James, and then they start doing a bit with Mama June at ringside. Then ODB shows up. Thank God. She's wonderful. And they mentioned food trucks. So of course she has to because she owns one, which is nice. And then she kicked Mr. Elegance in the dick, which always wins for me. And then messed up the Elegance's outfits with meat and pickles because
that's what that was.
I think it was beans and pickle, whatever it was.
I thought it was beans.
Probably beans. Who knows? Regardless, I did not say irregardless. I said regardless because I don't want the grammar heads coming after me. They were all wearing white, and then they got all messed up, and ODB did a thing. Yeah.
2 notes.
Go for it.
Beans.
Thank you.
And I also wrote, doesn't this remind you of the time when Roman got dog food?
Fuck.
Honestly, I hate to say this, unironically, one of my favorite ones. Bark, 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 bark. Yo, nothing Jey Uso will do will ever be as peak as that. No matter how many times he goes, even tonight with TNA. With Rosemary doing the 7 deadly sins, even that will never beat that for me. Never.
That's fair. Anyway, the Leon Slater's with the Hardys. He puts them over and better audio quality, but barely. I don't have anything to add to that. Four-way tag title, number one contendership. Myers and Bears win. Myers and Bear Bronson, I should say, from the system. They defeat the Righteous, Sinner and Saint, BDE, and Rich Swann. This match was a lot of fun. Probably one of the better matches of the night. This and the X Division title match. For those who don't know, Bear Bronson's heading to Japan, and he will not be part of Sacrifice because he'll still be in Japan. So the winners get a future tag title shot. They did not indicate when. Either way, fun match. All the teams do dives to the outside. Dutch is the last one. He takes out the field. Sinner and Saint stand out. I'm glad that they're doing their own thing. I'm glad that BD and Rich Swann are working together. I think they're going to make a really good tag team. Rich Swann has the new look. He's gone bald too, just like literally everyone else.
So bald. I was like, who is that?
So bald. Didn't even keep the goatee. Nothing. Just
nothing. That's a child.
Is it wrong that I looked at him for a second? I was like, there's a young Virgil right there. And then I just stopped myself. When he was down selling on the ground, I was like, Virgil? Oh, no, it's Rich Swann. You go back and watch. You tell me I'm wrong. It's fine. Hold on.
He's a child.
This week alone, Rich Swann, R-Truth, he's bald now. He's shaved his head. Someone else did it recently that like shocked us all. Most of all, Ali cut his hair, so that's a thing that's coming.
Willer Yuta.
There's someone else that did it that was just unexpected. Regardless, like so many people went bald. Oh my God. Leo Rush also another bald. Yeah, he's bald now too.
Yo, I'm about to go bald too. It's solid.
It's time, man. Everyone's going bald. Everyone's joining the Don Callis family. Or
come on now.
It's just bald time. Sit it on in the weeds. I was like, there was a time where all the wrestlers had really long hair so that the hair can get in their face so they can call spots and not get noticed. Just John Morrison, the other one. Thank you. John Morrison, also bald. There was a time where, yeah, you would have long hair because you can call spots and not get caught, getting the camera in your face. And then they realized John Cena just yells spots and like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. Fuck it. We can just shave our heads, I guess. And here everyone's going bald. Rich Swann's a new one. Either way,
he really looks young.
He does. Anyway, it's a good match. Again, Brian Myers and Bear Bronson working together is fantastic because if you don't know, it's a teacher and student situation. Myers did train Bear, and Bear is still working at Creative Pro Wrestling, and Myers as well. They get the win. They pin BDE. No idea when the tag match is, and I think when we get to the Moose segment, which is next, we'll get a little more clarity. So your thoughts on the four-way tag title number one contendership match?
I thought Sinner and Saint here looked amazing. That tag team that they did on Rich Swann, insane. I feel bad a little bit for BDE because it's like, so I'm not too familiar with his YouTube. The one video I saw where he was like, this is what it's like to spend $300,000 on a ticket. And I just slammed my laptop. I said, I'm not watching that. I'm poor. Heck you. But it's like, I kind of like, dang, he's the plucky underdog and I want you to win. He's like, oh, I want to do it. So I don't know where we go with that. I hope he doesn't get abducted by Eric Young, but I could see that.
Eric Young just kind of shows up and says, I hope Leon Slater wins. And it's like, well, okay. It was just a random backstage. Like, you better win. It's like, or what? You're going to go after Nick Nemeth instead? You still got a match out of this. What are we doing?
He's been calling Leon Slater fake randomly. And all I keep thinking is, shut your Violet by Design.
Wild. Anyway, the Rosemary pre-tapes. Let's get these out of the way real quick. She's got another list. She wants another shot. She did this already, but now it's a little more, I guess, condensed or at least figured out. And Bunny, they're making allusions to the Bunny, which I'm very much a fan of. And then later on, they do this weird Carlos Silva, Tommy Dreamer sitting in a chair, and they're waiting for Rosemary, and then Tommy gets zapped out, and Carlos is not an actor. Again, Carlos Silva is just an awful actor. He's just not good at this. And so I guess Tommy gets replaced by Rosemary, and she's like, I want to work out my contract, and I don't get email because it doesn't work in the dark realm or whatever it's supposed to be. And for some reason, Carlos is like, oh, I trust Tommy for whatever revisions were done, of which, like, you're the guy in charge. Why do you trust Tommy? Tommy's talent relations, but like you're the guy who should know what these
Read
changes
the contract. What are you signing? What is happening here?
And like he's just dumb. The whole takeaway from this is Carlos Silva's dumb. She gives him the pen. It's got her blood on it to sign. She pricks her finger. He's like, "Oh, that's a silly looking pen." Like what the?
This man has no fight or flight. Holy shit!
he's just an idiot. And again, I'm not calling Carlos Silva the human being an idiot. Like the presentation of Carlos Silva on this show is he's an idiot.
Carlos Silva, the character. You ever see that picture of Tony Khan with the hat that's spinny at the top with the lollipop? That's Carlos Silva right now. The character. I don't know that man in real life. Okay, if you want to hire me. But you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't want to say Doofenshmirtz because he was an inventor. But it's giving Doofenshmirtz. Like, what are you doing? Like, from you being excited that your title match at the beginning got ruined, and then you got mushed by a guy who doesn't even work here, to you being like, well, I'm not gonna read this because why would I do that? I'm just the president. See, what if you signed over the company to Rosemary? This is TNA. That could happen. Send in the snipers. Cue the snipers.
Just insanity. Moose comes out for a segment because we're not done doing segments. Falcons are here to support Moose because I guess Moose's own family was unavailable.
Damn.
I get that the idea here is Moose talking about the system calls themselves a family, but they're not a family. This is my family. And he shows a bunch of the players in the Falcons who are at ringside. Like, cool, I get what they're doing. But the first thing I think about is like, where's your family? Like, where's your actual family, Moose? Hey, it doesn't matter. Oh man. Next week, Moose says he's going to go through the system. And I'm like, well, now I know how Bear Bronson gets written off because again, going to Japan, they're going to do Cedric first next week. And then that's an Atlanta street fight because, of course, they go to a city and they have to do a street fight. And then it's Myers and then it's Bear and then it's Edward Edwards, which I assume that match is happening at Sacrifice because now we know what the TNA World Title match is. And then Lish is like, oh, we have an issue because, I'm going to be by your side and I was standing behind them and now I'm going to stand with you. It's basically Lish just being like, I'm going to be here until I turn on you at the pay-per-view or at Sacrifice so I can be with my husband. Like, we're really milking this shit. So she'll be there until she turns on Moose at Sacrifice and Edward Edwards beats Moose. Can't beat all the system.
This crowd was mild, barely above a murmur. The hardest thing about this whole segment was Moose's chain. That Moose chain was a little ridiculous, but I kind of liked it. I really liked it. I'm hating from outside the club because I can't get in. It's really good. But outside of that, I was like, so you telling me you really think this lady is about to turn the back on her husband for you, Moose? Moose, come on. You tried to burn down somebody's house. I don't understand what's going on. We're not using our thinking brains. We're not. We're using our I'm a baby face and no one would ever turn on me brain. We need to turn that brain off. You are just in the system scheming. So keep that brain on. Let's keep using it. I don't know. It also, again, it did not help that the crowd was just like,
the Atlanta Falcons are here. Oh boy.
Brother, now that you said family, where's your family?
Where's your family? Henry Kinnon sends a super chat saying, thank you guys for the amazing review show. Thank you. We appreciate you. We do. We'll get to the other super chat we got in a minute, but send in your super chats, get in your humper chats because we're getting through this show just piece by piece, man. Piece by piece. They do the Bioflex thing. Mustafa Ali is out with a haircut. BDE Swann Trey. I wanted your reaction. Sorry. BDE, Swann, Trey lament over losing, and then Jada Stone gets involved with Tasha Steelz when Order 4 walks up. Skylar, John Skylar, if you are watching, and I know you are, because remember the pants thing? We talked about this, the hemming your pants. John Skylar, when you wear that suit, you have a massive phone. Like you have the 17 Pro Plus. You have the Pro Max.
Whatever. I thought that was a euphemism.
No, not talking about his penis. I'm not. And we don't have a sponsor for this show. But if I did, I'd have a segue. But that giant phone in your pocket, not a euphemism, actually your telephone, the brick, the thing's like this big. Don't put it in your pants pocket, especially on the side where the camera's going to get it. Put it in the breast pocket of your jacket. That way, it's hidden. And you can still have your phone on your person or in your back pocket. Some people do that, but then they're afraid to sit down. I get it. I feel that way too. So now you know. John Schuyler, put the phone in your breast pocket.
Also, we'll say, don't put it in your back pocket because I don't know if he's married, so I mean this very respectfully. If your ass is already runneth over, that phone is going to make your ass look like a rump roast. It happened to ODB tonight. It makes, no matter who keeps their phone, it even happened to Brian Myers because I've seen him do it a couple of times too. It makes your ass look. So, you know, dress like a man of God.
I don't know where you were about to go with that, but at least you took Myers and you took ODB, and you're just like, they got bad asses. That's what I got from that.
Man, but I noticed that no matter what show I'm watching, whenever people put their phone in the back pocket, it just makes your butt look bigger. It just does.
I gotta start wearing my phone in my back pocket, is what you're saying. I get it.
Come on now, listen, your wife gonna love it. The you them love it.
Oh God, this show's stupid. Elayna Black defeats Mara Sade. This was a match where I looked at it and I said, neither woman's gonna lose. And neither one did. Well, I mean, one did actually, because Elayna Black cheated to win. It's fine. The match is a little plotting at times. Elayna grabs a chair. The referee takes it. He's distracted for a period of time, and then she gets the brass knuckles. And then the referee takes forever to get the chair out of there. And then Elayna Black uses the knuckles on Mara Sade, and they pin her, and that's it. Elayna Black wins. She cheated. There you go.
I like Mara's gear. That's really the only note I got.
What's really funny is that there's this new bit where when you work with the Hardys, you get to take on something from the Hardys' time. And she started doing the Lita look shortly after doing the spots with the Hardys in December. So now she does the underwear popping out of the jeans. That's her thing since she started doing stuff with the Hardys.
Joel, if you were doing stuff with the Hardys, what is the thing you would take?
The fishnet. The fishnet, for sure.
I'm more cerebral. I want to do Matt facts.
So I'm going to slam tornadoes.
He sometimes just want to do, instead of Matt fact, Cresta facts. Did you know Cresta likes sweet potatoes? Now you know. Cresta facts.
You know. Well, most people. Anyway, someone's asking, don't they have a backstage to leave the phone? They do, but sometimes when you're just in the zone and you're on your phone, you just don't think about it. You just don't. I've watched so many wrestlers on so many shows just have their phones with them instinctively. Like I've seen referees pull out their phones like after matches and be like, what are you doing? It's very funny. AJ Francis, he hates Atlanta. Everyone in the city hates Atlanta tonight. That was the whole like takeaway from tonight. City heat. He hates Atlanta. Said I ran another person out of TNA. We already talked about Mance and Steph De Lander leaving TNA. And then Hometown Man steps up and they start to fight. And the first thing I think about is, oh, please do the thing to Hometown Man that you did to all the other people. Run him out. Run him out of TNA. Go for it. Let's go. Hometown Diener. Get him out of here. They fight later on too.
I'm sure AJ Francis, the man, is a lovely person. I've heard nothing but nice things about him. But the character, when I see him, like, yo, get out, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, please. Not today, AJ Francis. I'm tired. I had to watch the rest of this show. Not tonight. Not tonight. I get beaten up, Hometown Man. I'm like, this is gonna pop Joel because he hates that guy.
Sucks. Listen, Diener, I like you. This gimmick, get it off my screen immediately.
Get it off my screen. I'm not watching that.
The new merch hat they have, nice. I like the lucha hat, whatever. Good gimmick. Terrible gimmick. Get rid of Hometown Man.
Yeah, that's how I low-key feel about AJ Francis. Because you can't be like, I get people out of here when, again, the character, don't know the man. It just sucks when they use their real names because I feel like I'm being a piece of shit. So, but like Bear Bronson literally exists in the same company you are. I am not, I'm tired. Please take the night off. Take the night. Where's the rest of first class? Why don't you go on a first class? I'm tired. Not tonight. Not tonight. By this point, I couldn't take it because I had already seen the rest of the beginning of the show. So I was like, AJ Francis, not tonight, please. Not tonight.
Zenoir in the chat saying this episode was fine, I guess. Go to bed, Joel. I would love to have gone to bed by now. This episode was not fine. This episode was terrible. King's speech. They do more city heat. Elijah's the guest. There's more audio issues. They're doing this breaking the fourth wall promo. And I'm like, what is this? It doesn't matter because nothing made sense because AJ and Hometown Man fight on the stage. And then AJ choke slams Hometown Man into a bunch of indie wrestlers in the crowd. And then Elias goes to check on him, and Frankie's happy that it happened. And meanwhile, it's going to be AJ and Elias next week. So, hooray. That segment sucked. The audio quality made it even worse.
No intro, bad audio quality. And I already had it when AJ Francis came out. I tried to give this a shot. But once they did the Elias guitar strum, and it was like, I'm sorry, Elijah. Sorry, not Elias. That was his old name. When he did the Elijah guitar strum and then tried to talk into his mic and it didn't work, I was like, okay, I've really had it. I can't. I'm tired. I'm tired tonight. Please. I want to root for you. I want to root for you. TNA, I'm always in your corner. I truly am. But these two segments back to back, go to sleep. You're tired. You're confused. Did you eat today? TNA, you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Somebody watched Saved by the Bell today and said, let's do the timeout Zach Morris bullshit. And that's what the Elijah thing was. And this whole, they kept breaking the fourth wall. They would tableau Frankie, like they turn off the lights and it would be all on Elijah. And he would monologue to the crowd. And then when they realized it wasn't working, he would start talking to the crowd and the crowd would respond. It just was like, wasn't good.
Now that you said that, you're at Lesky though. Wait a minute. You're probably wondering how me, Cresta Starr, got here on the show with Joel Perkins.
But that's what it was.
Damn it, TNA. I want to root for you, TNA. We were all rooting for you.
Some people are. The X Division title's on the line. Leon Slater defeats Nick Nemeth. This was a really good match. This was so good. Again, Leon Slater is fantastic as a wrestler. Nick Nemeth is a great wrestler in his own right. So I read someone basically saying like this was like watching Leon Slater as Nick Nemeth in 2009 bumping his ass off for Nick Nemeth in 2026, which like I thought that was very, very apt. It was really good. Ryan Nemeth getting involved a bunch of times. Slater hit the knick-knack, got a near fall out of that. They do the standing blue thunder bomb spot. That was a really good one, near fall from Slater on Nemeth. You got to do the Styles Clash because, of course, it's an X Division title match. So you got to do the Styles Clash. Swanton 450, the knees get up. Ryan tries to get involved again. Slater stops him. Slater reverses an avalanche suplex, hits the 450 Swanton for the win. And, of course, at the end, Eric Young comes out, attacks him, and pile drives him on the floor. But this match was the best match on the show. Your thoughts?
Leon Slater incorporating that standing blue thunder bomb. Man, what a good move. Because he's such a high flyer. He throws that man down with authority. Oh, man. Like, sometimes I think Nick Nemeth's character could be a little bit, reminds me very much of 1990s Sex Pistols, a little bit too over the top. But tonight, he was so good. The super kick he hit on Leon Slater towards the end, I was like, I see why they say you steal the show, you son of a bitch. Oh, that was so good. This match was superb. It was fantastic. Only complaint is this crowd was mild. What was going on, Atlanta? Like, I could understand the majority of the show, but this match, come on. What was happening? Hey, everyone was drunk? Were the drinks 2 for 1? I don't know. What was going on? That Styles Clash? Come on, dogs. Come on, dogs. Yo, AJ, you got to run it back with Leon Slater just one time for the one time because what a good match. 10 out of 10. It sucks that the rest of the episode had to be attached to the match.
It's funny because like the last time they did this and they didn't do an X Division title match, the episode sucked. And this time the episode sucked and the X Division title match once again made it okay.
A life for a life.
We just proved the point this time. That's all that happened. It's like it made the show an F to like a D-. Like, good for you, Leon. You brought the group mark up a little bit.
I still have to fail the group.
Seriously. Santana does his promo. There's no, like you said, no entrance music, no nothing, which is kind of just no entrance, which is like Santana's entrance is part of the whole presentation. He comes in
Bro, and it's so good.
It is good. He is the guy in TNA. It doesn't matter. He comes out. He mentions like Macklin doesn't take accountability, and I'm gonna whip his ass, and I'm gonna do it for you, Tom Hannafin. And he's like, Santino, get out of here and reinstate him. And then the SWAT comes out, Daria Ray. She's like, I run the show. Shut up, I'm talking, because that's the gimmick. She reinstates Steve Macklin. Cresta Starr. Steve Macklin has been reinstated for being fired. He didn't do anything. He lost a match. He's got, and meanwhile, you've got commentaries like, this is what he wanted. This is exactly what he wanted. And I'm like, he wanted to get fired so that he could get his job back? Like, he wanted to be a nuisance to get, like, what? There was no, I'm sure someone's gonna be like, well, what happened was, and someone's gonna try to explain it. I'm gonna be there. It's like, no, they reinstated the guy who got fired. He wasn't even fired for a full pay-per-view cycle. It was live Impact. The next week was Feast or Fired. The week after that was the reveal. And then we did No Surrender, where he showed up and got involved in the tag match. And he's been on TV weekly ever since, except for this week. But then he posted a video of himself laughing hysterically after he was reinstated. So the match for the TNA title is Steve Macklin versus Mike Santana, which clearly means Edwards versus Santana at Rebellion. Have fun. That'll be a great match, but like, oh, you could have done Edwards and Santana at Sacrifice. You could have done Santana and Macklin at Rebellion, knowing full well that there is a history at Rebellion between these two. Macklin re-signed his contract. Santana made his debut at Rebellion. Like, there was something there. You could have done it, but then we don't want to mess with the contract statuses. We don't want to do anything about that. No, instead, they're going to do it at Sacrifice. They'll do it at the end of March. And then they'll do Edwards and Santana for the title. And like, clearly they want to keep going, but Jesus Christ, reinstated for getting fired is just wonderful. Someone asking in the chat, what are the chances Hannafin turns heel and helps Macklin with the title? If they do that, no.
That's too carnival.
It's lazy and stupid.
I agree with that. That's very Krusty the Clown.
And I'm not saying lazy. I'm not calling you stupid, the person who commented. I mean, the idea of some of them doing that, I would consider that lazy and stupid on the bookers, not on the person pitching this.
I know a lot of people don't like this, but let me tell you why I was sports entertained by this. Maybe because I too, Cresta Starr, am a piece of shit.
Wow.
So let me get this straight. So if I'm Steve Macklin, right? I showed up to work. I've been doing everything you asked me to, and I lose to some broccoli head kid named Stacks because this guy wanted to bring his daughter in, and she did the nepotism thing, and now I got screwed. So then I participate in this other rinky-dink match because you haven't been booking me, and you didn't book me before, and then I get fired? Hell nah. Frankie Kazarian's been a piece of shit for the past 3 months, and he's getting rewarded every other week. Ali, every time he comes around, terrorizes people, and he gets rewarded every time he comes around. The system literally has been terrorizing us for a year and some change, and they get what they want. So why should I follow the rules? Why should I follow the rules? Why should I follow the rules? If I'm Steve Macklin, I too would do unspeakable things. The same Steve Macklin that got roofied by Eric Young, and Eric Young kept his job. Listen, I don't care if I sound like a flip-flop, but I'm on Macklin's side with this one. Macklin's not wrong. I got fired for no reason because you wanted to put a little spice in the match because Trey Miguel got fired? Nah, I'm on my Drew McIntyre shit. I don't care because I got what I wanted. You may not like the methods, but I got what I wanted. Maybe treat me like I'm a valuable player, and I don't have to be a piece of shit. But piece of shits get rewarded. Pieces of shits get rewarded in this company. Arianna Grace pulled a coup d'etat, and she's your champion. So I got to turn up too. Steve Macklin not wrong. I'm sorry. His methods are fugazi. But Steve Macklin not wrong. I'm sorry. And maybe this is cap. Maybe this is haberdashery. But I'm on Steve Macklin's side. I don't care. I'm on Steve Macklin's side with this one.
I'm just gonna pull the most ridiculous shit I can in this job and just come back to work tomorrow and come host In the Weeds, and no one's gonna do anything about it.
Like, bro, like I'll be the sweat. That's how she had the sweat for you. I'll come in here and be like, yo, Sean, Joe Pearl's reinstated. Sean's gonna be like, Cresta, you don't what?
And then you say, shut up, I'm talking.
Yeah, shut up, Sean, I'm talking. And then Jimmy's gonna get him like, shut up, Cresta. I'm like,
oh man. All right, we got a couple of super chats. First one's from Rafael Garcia saying, so with a certain street canine, talking about Road Dogg, out of WWE, do you think Delirious Dreamer get demoted and Cute Kip and BG James get the book? It's on brand. No, Cute Kip is currently under AEW deal, so you don't have to worry about Billy Gunn. Yeah, Brian James getting the boot. It can go several ways. If he's going to stay in wrestling, TNA is a place he could go. I made the joke, Cresta. I made the joke. Said, Tony, it's time. And I posted a picture of the New Age Outlaws together. People on Twitter, they got it. People on Blue Sky got real mad.
I think there's a tee-hee and a yuck for the Road Dogg and Badass Billy Jason kid, but not for more than 2 matches.
No, let them win the AEW tag titles. Let them go for it. Come on.
You know what? Do that in TNA. Hey, do that in TNA. Don't do that here. Go do that somewhere else. I don't know, man. Is Road Dogg confirmed on the TNA?
He's not working TNA. No. They're saying because Brian left WWE today. That was the breaking news earlier tonight, that he left WWE on his own volition, and he felt like he was getting, kind of phased out of WWE creative. He made the decision to leave. So now people are kind of saying, oh, where can he go next? Does he stay in wrestling? And some people are like, oh, you can go to TNA. And like, he could. He's done stuff in TNA before, but I don't know. Listen, they need help in creative. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's a great creative mind, but he's better than Dreamer and Delirious. I will give them, and then the bar is in hell. So I don't know how bad it would be to bring him in and try him out and see what he does and see what kind of ideas he has. And if it works, great, you sign him. But if he doesn't, then take him out after a loop. That's all you need.
I low-key agree with that. We have people do less for more. So
yeah, Will Chisholm adds in, TNA's new booker is Mr. Oh, you didn't know? Well, not yet.
Let me book TNA for a month. All the meatiest and planktonous matches, there's not going to be nobody regular size. It's like, who's booking this? Oh, Cresta.
Yeah, exactly. At least someone gets blamed in the whole mess.
At least it'll be different.
Yeah,
anyway. At least it'll be different.
So that's TNA Impact Live for March 5th, 2026. The show sucked. I'm sorry. It did. The Leon Slater and Nick Nemeth match saved it, but otherwise just so many questionable things. The fact that they can edit and post is the only saving grace for TNA right now, in my opinion. They really have to figure out what live is supposed to be, because it's not supposed to be this. It's bad. Cresta, I'm sorry to do it, but no, I'm sorry that this is the night that you and I have to come back to do. Hopefully there'll be better ones.
I mean, I still keep up with the product on my own time. So I already knew what it was effing for, as the kids would say. It makes me sad because, again, I go back to my analogy. You've got chess pieces on a mousetrap board. You guys got to learn how to figure it out, because you have all the tools to be great. But between pacing, storylines that kind of feel like, and so I put shit in my hands and clap. That's not funny anymore. That's not funny anymore. It may be funny to the boys in the back who are all 60 years old. That was funny in the 90s. The 90s was 30 years ago. I know that sounds crazy to say, but the 90s was 30 years ago. So we got to do something, because, again, TNA, not for nothing, you can't die. So I will say Tom Hannafin being that pissed off is kind of funny to me. He was ready to throw his glasses like, this goddamn Steve Macklin.
They're friends. Alone. They're friends. They're gonna stay friends. Stop it.
Again, I am not mad at Steve Macklin. I'm not mad at you. I would do the same thing. Because what do you mean Stacks got my championship? Stacks? This broccoli-headed kid Stacks because of nepotism? Prison time. Everybody's dying.
It's not even nepotism. It's nepotism by family, by proxy.
Everybody's dying. I don't care.
Cresta, tell the people where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be on this very channel tomorrow going over all things SmackDowns for 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours with Kate. I mean, hey, come and join me and hang out. I won't be here Saturday for the Collision post show because I'm going out for Grandma Starr's birthday.
Yay.
And there's no investigation for last month and this month because they're renovating my apartment. I would show you my camera, but to the side of me is the Hardy compound, pretty much. Like, hey, it's rough out here. So thanks to Sean Ross Sapp for letting me stay in this house. I love you guys. Follow Cresta Starr. Joe Pro, where can the people find you?
By the way, tomorrow night is not you and Kate. It's you.
Is it me? Me and Blake Christian. Let's go.
You gotta stop that. Anyway. By the way, the Vengeance Day post show is going to be Alex and SP3. So I don't know if you can ask SP3 to do the Collision post show.
No Collision post show on Saturday. Iridia's gonna run it alone.
Iridia's gonna go solo. Might end up being me at that point. We'll see what happens. But you know where I am. I'm over on Fightful Overbooked Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, hosting In the Weeds with Jeremy Lambert. The show runs 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern until God knows when. Tomorrow, I have no idea what we're doing. I don't want to talk about this show again, but we might, and we'll talk about other stuff. We'll talk about Steph De Lander. We'll talk about Road Dogg. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We always do. So for Cresta Starr, you know who she is because I just said her name. You know who I am because it's in the marquee underneath. Ladies, gentlemen, friends of me on the binary, leave a thumbs up on the way out. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.